Hi, we hope you are enjoying your March Madness coverage. Our experts at Star Bomber Incorporated have been doing work with Tidal Power for a while now, and we'd like to share with you, the public, our incredible findings of why our source should be the source of electricity that leads the nation into the future. Tidal Power was first discovered in 1966 in a French river by a man named Janasachi. This renewable source is a form of hydropower that converts energy obtained from the tides into useful forms of power, and in our case, electricity. Tidal power is used all over the world, but is most commonly used in rivers and along the coast of the United States and other European countries. Speaking of Europe, they have many alternatives of their own that compare well to tidal power. In Europe, they treat energy a little bit differently. They are trying new variations of tidal power, which include inshore, offshore, and along with the river technology that we use a lot in the United States. France and UK are currently the European leaders in tidal power. It is so strong that they can support about 150,000 homes a year for 120 years. Tidal Lagoons are new projects in Europe that are helping this get done. They are doing great. So as you can see, tidal power is used everywhere, but mostly in the United States and Europe. Here's a short demonstration on the science of tidal power and how it works, all presented by our award-winning scientists at Zarbamba.
Tidal power is a form of hydropower that converts the energy from the natural rise and fall of the tides into electricity. Tides are caused by the combined effects of gravitational forces exerted by the moon, the sun, and the rotation of the earth. Tidal plants can only be installed along coastlines. Coastlines often experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides on a daily basis. The difference in water levels must be at least 5 meters high to produce electricity. Tidal electricity can be created from several technologies, the main ones being tidal barrages, tidal fences, and tidal turbines. Tidal barrages are the most efficient tidal energy sources. A tidal barrage is a dam that utilizes the potential energy generated by the change in height between high and low tides. This energy turns a turbine or compresses air, which in turn creates electricity. Tidal fences are turbines that operate like giant turnstiles, whereas tidal turbines are similar to wind turbines, only underwater. In both cases, electricity is generated when the mechanical energy of tidal currents turns turbines connected to a generator. The generator produces electricity. Ocean currents generate relatively more energy than air currents because ocean water is 832 times more dense than air and therefore applies greater force on the turbine.
Thank you, scientist and Dirty Nate Bittner. The fact that tidal energy is a non-polluting source of energy is by far our biggest advantage. There are a limited number of locations worldwide that have tidal ranges large enough to make tidal power cost-effective. Tidal power systems are currently expensive to develop and they cannot be built in any location. Tidal energy systems that use dams may restrict fish migration. These dams may also cause silt to build up among the dam. This buildup affects the tidal basin ecosystem in negative ways, causing habitat changes for aquatic life as well as for birds that may rely on low tides to unearth mudflats that are used as feeding areas. Tidal dams, barrages, and fences may affect commercial and recreational shipping patterns, requiring the need to find alternative routes or costly systems to navigate through a barrage or dam system. They are not pleasing. Now, here's Ernest with more news. So, tidal power. This one's dry. Back to you, Ernest.
This is for you, Lord. Dirty Franco. Thanks, Sam. Tidal energy does not create air, water, or thermal pollution. Once a dam, barrage, or tidal fence is built, energy production is free since tidal power harnesses the natural power of tides. It does not require the transport of fuels or disposal of waste products. Energy output from tidal power is predictable since we can accurately predict when tides occur. This makes tidal energy reliable and easy to integrate with the grid. It also is sustainable because its energy comes from the lunar and solar cycle. Now I'll throw it to Sajed to speak of the future of tidal power.
No!
Thanks, Ernest. Plans are already being made to build another tidal lagoon in Cardiff, which would anticipate providing power for over 1 million homes. Tidal plants can also meet the challenges faced by renewables by providing the industry with a baseload. Since tides are predictable and do not occur at the same time along the stretch of coastline, plants can be regulated and designed to work at full capacities on alternating and predetermined schedules. Thus providing constant available power to the grid. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you learned a lot. Now back to your March Madness coverage.